Part 2 got cut off. So we're doing the effects on others. So for this third one, under the box that says effect on others, please write down the definition in orange. It is the reaction of other characters in the text to the character we are analyzing, and how that reveals to us something about how this character is perceived. Okay, so it's a lot of wordiness. Let's do an example. The students parted like the Red Sea as Jessie strolled through the hallway towards biology class. Mean Girls situation, right? So what does this reveal to us about Jessie? Cleo. Okay, maybe maybe she's not very nice to people, or she smells bad. Trey, yeah, maybe she's the popular girl and people are intimidated, so they stay away. So you can see that this person, Jessie, had an effect on her classmates. And that told us something about who she was. So this one could be pretty tricky. So we'll look at this one. We'll look at it closely together when we do the worksheet. Everyone have what's down in orange? Good? All right. Actions. Second to last one. You guys are doing awesome. After this, we only have one more. Actions. Definition is what a character does can help the reader judge the quality of the person he or she is. So your actions tell us what kind of person you are, right? It's the same in real life. So let's do an example. Please, I don't eat meat. Those poor animals, shrieked Claudia as she stomped her knee-high leather boots into the dirt. What are her actions? Yes, she's saying, please, I don't eat meat. Okay, so she's refusing. What else is an action she takes? Jose, yes. She is stomping her boot. What does this tell us? She's angry, right? Maybe she's acting like a little kid. You know, when you're a little kid, you stomp and you throw a temper tantrum to get what you want. As adults, we know not to do that now. But it shows us that maybe she wants to get her way. And what do we know? What's the point of saying leather boots? Where does leather come from? Right. Cats, animals. So she's being almost hypocritical. I don't eat animals, but I'll wear them on my feet. Right. So she's being a little hypocritical. We know something about Claudia based on her actions. Does this one make sense? Everyone have what's down in orange? Jose? Trey? Ashley? Good. Last one, guys. Looks. This isn't something we need every day in life because we should never judge a book by its cover, right? But paying attention to how a character is described by the author can reveal something to us about the character. Example time. His toothless grin revealed bloody gums from swollen sores. His eyes were bloodshot and wild, never seeming to settle in one place, moving shakily behind his greasy hair. Jose, what are we learning about this gentleman based on the quote? Dirty, right? Doesn't shower. Not showering. What does that reveal to us about this character? Maybe they can't afford a shower. Maybe they don't have one, right, Trey? Maybe they have poor hygiene. They were never taught. Maybe they don't have a mother, right? So there's a lot of scenarios. Oh, right, Josh. Or that. Maybe he's doing drugs. Maybe he's someone who is having a problem with drugs. That could happen, definitely. That messes with you physically as well as mentally. Does everyone have the definition down in orange on their worksheet? Ashley? Pen to paper, pen to paper? Does this one make sense? This last one. How looks can sometimes have or reveal something about each of the characters. Okay. So we have all the definitions down. Cleo passed out your worksheets. You guys already wrote those down. So let's go through. You should have your book out already. If you don't yet, please get it out. We're going to go through and specifically look at Lenny and the Steele worksheet. We're going to analyze Lenny. So let's go through. Let's do the first one. So we already kind of reviewed the chapter. We did that earlier after the bell ringer. We reviewed what this chapter was about. So let's think. Let's think back. Let's do the first one. Let's do speech. So I'm thinking back to when Lenny was talking to George. And it was right after he had hurt that innocent puppy, right? It was a very huge moment. And he just kept saying, I'm so sorry, it was just so soft, I just wanted to touch it, right? It was just so soft, I'm so sorry. Let's find that page. Let's find that quote. Cleo, you know where it's at? Page 20? Okay. Let's all turn to page 20. What paragraph? Paragraph 2? Alright. Right, exactly. That's where it is. Okay, so let's find the quote. When we're skimming and scanning for a quotation, for speech, what's the fastest thing to look for? Bingo. Quotation marks. Okay. So we found the quote. We skimmed and scanned. We looked for those quotation marks by Lenny. And we found that quote we were talking about. So let's write that down. So everyone find the quote in paragraph 2? The one where he's saying, I'm so sorry. Let's write that down. In the first box of speech for Lenny. Let's write down that quote. Don't forget to write the page numbers. It's always super duper important to cite page numbers for your evidence. We need to know, I need to know, that it came from a source in the book. Okay? So this is page 20. Make sure you write that down, please. Alright, take another few seconds, write down the quote. I'm going to look for pens down when you guys got it, okay? Alright. So now, the explanation. I need to ask myself, okay, so I found a good quote that explains the speech of Lenny. But now, what does this speech tell me about Lenny? How do I know that this is good evidence? So I'm going to use an explanation. So in my explanation, this quote reveals, you guys can all start that way. This quote reveals, write that down. That's a sentence starter. You guys can use that for all of these. This quote reveals that Lenny has a simple mindset, right? He's just petting this puppy. He just wants to touch it because it's so soft. Doesn't that sound like something a grown man might say? No. It kind of sounds like something a child would say. So maybe Lenny has the mind of a child. Maybe that's something we can explain this with. He has the mind of a child.